All right, so we're here, we're logged in, we're ready to go. We're at the main screen, the dashboard. We haven't really played with this, right? This is the first time we're actually going to use it in this class. So, as you saw in the slides from earlier in the week, you're going to do add roles and features. So, you're greeted with this, right? Pretty straightforward. It tells you, hey, this is the wizard. Not the one that can summon things or fight a Balrog like in Lord of the Rings. I'm not talking about Gandalf the Grey, I'm just kidding. It's just the install and software wizard. Pretty straightforward. It's built in. You've seen it if you installed regular software on a computer, right? It just guides you through it, holds your hand, tells you where you want to point your software install, etc., etc., etc. On server, it's somewhat similar, but it's more rather it's more tuned to things that are built into the server, or you can add to the server rather. Kind of like when you install a Windows feature on a Windows machine. This is more again tuned for server. So let's go from here. You gotta have all these tasks completed. You have that. That's set static, right? We did that already. And security updates, you're going to pull if you want or not. Doesn't really matter because it's an older OS. You're not going to really need it in that sense, even though if you want to, go for it. It's not going to break anything. So we're going to hit next. So after that, we come to this screen. We're going to do role-based, right? Because we're not doing desktop service installation. We're not doing any of that. So it's role-based. Pretty straightforward. You click next. So now we got to find from this gigantic list of things, you should only have one server. Are all of you there? Are all of you catching up? Not there. Looks weird. I don't see my server. Okay. So you get to the screen and you're going to pick your server because that's what we're deploying it on, right? We're not deploying on anything else. We don't have another server. Well, you're a little late, George, but it's okay. We're just barely starting to add the FTP server. So essentially, I'll just go really quick and backtrack. You're going to go to the splash screen. You're going to hit add roles for features. Then you get rid of this. Hit next. It's role based. You hit next. And then you're here. That's where we're at. About the fourth screen in. Pretty straightforward. So we're here so far. That's the only server we'll have. That's the IP. My IP will look different compared to your IP, obviously. Don't worry. That's just how it is because my network's different than your network, right? We all don't have the same network last time I checked. So it's a completely different animal. So we're here. We hit next. Well, what do we want to do? We want FTP. We want this guy, which should be. Let me double check, just make sure I'm not going nuts. Yep, that's the one we want. FTP. It's already selected for some weird reason, even though I haven't done anything else. Oh, and web server. You need both because you need that tool. That's right. So you're going to pick file sharing and you can pick web servers right down here. Check it off and add the feature. Do we have to check this off? It's technically already there. Trying to think. Is there anything else? No, that's it. So we're going to hit next. Net framework, it needs that net framework. That's fine. It should pull it. If it doesn't pull it, we'll have to grab it manually, which I haven't actually changed my browser out yet. That's my fault. Is there anything else in here that we off the top of my head? Sorry, guys, just thinking SMTP. We're not doing relays yet. Multiple connector. I'm not doing IMIR. Just want to be sure. That's all. You can install the other framework, I guess, too. It won't hurt anything. PowerShell's already there. Yeah, why not? I'll just install the other one. Won't hurt anything. Next. Next again. Then here's where we want to go. To the web server. That's fine. And this is the one we want. FTP. Check that off. So far, so good. Let's go to next. Nah, don't worry about that. We'll configure that later. But you're gonna need to restart it. You can either check it off or restart it manually. I'll restart mine manually. Just hit install. And it'll push everything. So far, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Nothing too crazy. It'll take a bit. So if you want to get up and have a bio break, be my guest. Go for it, or grab a drink. Yes. Doopy doop doop doo. I just let it run till it's done. It'll take like 5 minutes or not. I misspoke. So that's done. That's wonderful. And then we can hit close. So now I'm going to restart the server. I mean, yeah, sure, planned. Why not? I planned it because, yeah, I just installed something. And restarts. And I believe we have to go in and configure it, if I remember correctly. But it shouldn't technically need a path because you're only going to point to one area. So it shouldn't technically matter. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. Easy peasy. Came back up. If you ever get this error down there where it can't grab an IP, you can always troubleshoot it and it should restart the adapter. And that should fix it. We do Control Delete. We're going to log in. All right. We are there. So for now, we can leave this guy up. We're not going to do anything with it yet. But there's ISS is starting. Or IS is starting, sorry. So let me go into Control Panel here. You hear my dog barking, I do apologize. That's fine. Take a minute. Is it this one? I'm trying to remember which one it was. Guys, give me a second. That's not it. It's been a while. Forgive me. You can't. Yeah, that's wonderful. You can't. Give me a second. Call this. That's on. So tools? No, I don't remember where the FTP configurator is. Just give me a segundo. I might have to look it up because it's been a while. So drives, features tab. Well, I'll go back and redo it right in a second. Go to Royals, it's already installed, but it's okay. So next, role based, pick your server, then you would check this off and you check web. You just go next, it's already there. And here you need the net frameworks, just both. And then if I recall, there's no FTP client that you need to go here yet. It's on the next screen is where the FTP client is. So you would hit next again. Well, I'll just pick BitLocker or background intelligence for now. I don't actually know. Don't need it. Give me a second, guys. I need to recall where FTP is. It's been a while. Right, we need to make a hole in the firewall. I remember that. So yeah, we gotta go to IIS Manager, which should be in here. Oh, that's wonderful. It's not coming up. Isn't it great? No. We added it. It's gotta be this guy. Yeah, so it's on. I need to configure it. Give me a second, guys. Sorry, again, it's been quite a while since I've done it this way. We did that. We did that. Enter, yeah, it should be there under, let me see, Windows Administration Tools. There it is. That's what I wasn't bringing up. So this is where we need to get to. So you go to Start, Windows Administration Tools, and this guy. Look at that. That's where we need to get to. So after that, bring Bob down. Yeah, this is looking more familiar now. What are we under? We gotta check FTP. Default website's fine. You're not gonna worry about it because you're not really doing much in there. Another drop down. Add one. Yeah, add. Duh. Add FTP site. There it is. Moron. I'm just calling it fall. So yeah, you click that. We'll call fall 25. I'll make a new folder. So C drive. Make a folder, FTP, A-OK. Wunderbar. It's great. Next. We're going to do no SSL. And we're going to pick our server on port 21. So that's my IP. Your IP will be different. So we're going to do next. Basic authentication. Go here. All users, because it doesn't really matter. Read, write. Se finito. So that's done. Now, let's see if we can reach it. Trying to think. Let me see. So now I'm going to go to my Windows 10 machine here. Just log in here. I don't even think I put Chrome on here yet, so give me a second. If you're going to install those modules, you'll get here. Just give me a screenshot of this after you've configured this here. So it should just show FTP started and the server. So that's one screenshot. What's the other one that we need? Yeah, to me later. Sorry, just wrapping it up in my head here. Firewall should already be set, so let's check that while my Windows 10 machine logs in. We just type in firewall with advanced security. Down rules. Yep, that's already configured. Let me just make sure. Yep, predefined, so we're good there. That's nice. That's already configured for us. So let me see. So this will be one screenshot. The second one will be you remoting to it. And we do that by going into your Windows 10 machine. You would go to your file explorer here. And if it doesn't work for the first time, we'll have to get it figured out. So we're going to type FTP. Then we're going to do colon, // not backslash. So backslash is this guy. We don't want that. We want that guy. We want the IP of whatever my server is, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me write it down on a notepad. 192.16. Oh, great. Came type. That's wonderful. 192.168.4.95 off of port 21. I think that's all it's going to take. Yeah, that's all it needs. So I'm going to go here and just, I'm going to type. Of course, it's not pasting. Why the hell wouldn't it paste? I didn't enable it. Moron. So 192.168. For you, it will be different, right, guys? We all have the same IP. We remember this. So look, huzzah! We are getting there. That's what we need to get to. So we're going to type in administrator, right? And we're going to type in our password. I almost typed in my work password for one of my many accounts. And then log on. And there we go. Now that I'm FTP'd in, that's amazing. That'll be the second screenshot. So let me put a note down. And I'll update the instructions, don't worry. Screenshot of config on the server. So then screenshot of FTP from Win 10 machine. Okay, that's pretty easy. And then another screenshot of something shared. So you can share whatever you want here. I'm gonna do, I don't know, notepad. Oh, we'll do folder, whatever. Actually, let me see. New text document test FTP. Let me see if that works. Huzzah, it worked. So if I go to my server, so remember, this is one screenshot, right? Second one is your Windows 10 machine FTPing in, which is what I have on the other one. The other one will be, the third one will be when you share something. But if you want to even do a fourth one to make sure it worked, let me go to this PC. This is on the server, right? So I switched over FTP and look, there it is. And I can just type in, yes, it worked. Yeah, and I'll make that the fourth one. So super side of shared file. So there'll be 4 screenshots. So that's essentially how we FTP. We didn't have to make any account names or anything. So that's kind of a bonus. Pretty quick, right? Nothing too crazy. Does it make sense? No, no SSL. You're not downloading anything, Isaiah. You're just editing. You're just adding a role. So those are the 4 steps for the first lab. Pretty straightforward, I hope. Nothing too crazy, nothing too hard. That's okay, Isaiah. No worries. So that's the first lab. Good. Yeah, FTP is not that scary. It's can be scary in the sense of implementation because it's a couple more steps than just remoting to your machine through the name, punching in the IP. That's it, right? It's usually 2 steps for just a quick file share. But for bigger file shares like this, you got to go through all these hoops and loops of adding all these extra things. But again, this is more for bigger corporations, and I can slow down. That's okay. So, are we good on FTP? Do you guys want to take a break before I move on to the next one, which is a lot more dicey? I don't mean to scare you. Actually, if anything, it scares me because could be really hair raising, and that's all. So it's just got to power through it, and we'll get there. It's only 6:30, so we're 30 minutes in, or 20 minutes in. Sorry, 6:20. Is anybody stuck? Does anybody need help? Are we okay? Besides me seeing a bunch of blank screens and names.
We just punch in the IP on our Windows 10 into the File Explorer, right? And it should take us
Yep.
to,
You do
right?
not. You punch this in. Let me put it in chat. You punch in FTP colon, not that, and then I know it's weird, forward slash like that, and then the IP of your machine. It's in the chat over here in Zoom. And it should pop up a pop-up window, which is what you're hoping to get. Then you punch in your admin name, your admin password, and you're in.
Okay, cool. Can we do like the port at the end? Like it won't work if you do like colon 21.
You don't need the port
Okay.
because the port's already open server side wise. It's open by default, and even the firewall rules already made, which is kind of nice. It saves us the trouble of
Right.
defining it. So you don't need the port at the end. You just go right through.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mhm. Anybody else? I know, 20-minute FTP lab, right? I wasn't some grandiose thing where it was going to take 40, 50 minutes. So, segueing out of class for a second, how's everyone doing with the rest of their classes? You guys doing all right? Or is it being kind of rough so far for the semester? Just curious. Yeah, community college can be kind of unrelenting, sadly. It's, something's due every 2 weeks, right? And you feel like you don't have a lot of time to do it. Yes, procrastination can be terrible. I get it. Been there before. For procrastination, for me, it's usually, what? If I do it now, I'll get more time down the road. Or you kind of learn to break it up into bits and pieces and get it done. That's how I tackle a lot of my essays from my English classes. Do a page here, a page there, or. Oh, that's good. That's good, Jonathan. Nice. Yeah, just managing time too is important, right? Life still happens whether we want to or not. Like a lot of you, like I said, ever taken math, I feel like you got to shut down your life for like 3 to 4 months just to get through it because it's like learning another language. So that's on top of that too. That's can be tough to manage everything. I get it. That's why I'm kind of flexible with this stuff, guys. I get it. You have lives. Life happens. I mean, I've had people be in my class and they're like a parade listening in. It's like, okay, cool. That's fine. So yeah, you guys ready to move on to the next fun step of making a domain and installing Active Directory and all that stuff? It'll be next week, Thursday, when we implement users and restrict them and do all this other stuff. So tonight's setting up for the rest of it. Okay, so let me close my FTP. That's done. So we got to go back into server manager. So you do start menu, server manager, right? So let me know when you're all back here. Then we'll go from there. Don't worry, it'll show everything there on the side. That's normal. We're just going to be plugging stuff in the night to it. That's all. We're hopefully going to get it to work. And if we run into an issue, I will troubleshoot and you'll see, we'll learn why it didn't work. Does that make sense? So, how many of you know how to troubleshoot other than just, stare at it and try to see what's going on? That's fine, George. No big deal. Yes, I'm sure we would say you work in the field as I do. I get it. You guys want me to talk about a little bit about troubleshooting, or you guys want me to go on from there? Googling, yeah, Google foo helps. That's what we call it jokingly. We're gonna Google. It's also learning how to Google it, right? Not just, oh, well, the network isn't working. Well, what part of it isn't working? So you kind of got to go through a checklist in your head usually. This is what I like to say. So first thing I always check is power. Yeah, you can do that too. You map it out and just cross things off as you go. But the more you do it, the more you troubleshoot. You kind of just have this rolling list in your head of things you can just kind of cross off as you go. You're like, it was this, it wasn't that, it wasn't this, wasn't that. Sometimes it can just be hardware failure. I've seen power supplies just fry, they die. Okay, well, I don't have one, so you got to wait till I get one. Or a power cord is bent too much and it breaks internally, so you swap it out. But again, you learn it just by seeing it, and you just go through the motions, as it were. Have any of you ever worked on your own computers? I know some of you have built them. Some of you just swapped out parts before, or taken something apart. Mhm. Okay. How many of you were scared about taking apart laptops at first? Oh, it's good, George. Personally, back in the day, laptops scared the crap out of me because they were just so compact. But now it's just a bunch of screws holding a chassis together. Just eventually you take it apart, you get enough space where you'll reach the part you need to. Because on some Dells, you got to take apart everything just to get the keyboard out from the top because it's screwed in through the top and it's in the way. Oh, you stripped it. Yeah, stripping screws is terrible. I do recommend, this is not me plugging anything shamelessly, okay? I'm not trying to sell you anything per se. Buy an iFixit kit. I have this is like the screen one that has all the, this is no, this is the mass driver kit. Yeah, get an iFixit kit with all the bits you'll ever need, and it's the best investment you can ever have. Because I've run into things where I have to just undo things and redo things. It's perfect. Or I haven't stripped anything yet, so yes, Google Storage is always helpful. So let's get back into the lab real quick. Or do you guys want to take a quick 5 minute break and get something to drink and just relax for a bit? What do y'all think? Okay, no answers then. So we're going to implement a domain controller and we're going to install AD. So add roles and features. Give me a second. Someone message me. Okay, okay. So we're going to add roles and features again. So we've seen this guy, right? Hit next. We're going to go to role base. Let me know when you're on role base, guys, and I'll hit next. So I'll wait for you guys to catch up. Trying my best not to fly through this stuff, okay? So y'all just let me know. Okay, I'm gonna hit next, guys. We come to this screen, right? So we should only have one server. Your server slash my server here. That's what's there. That's what we see. But what do we do next? Click next. Pretty straightforward. No, that won't be a question limit from where you click next. I'm sorry, I can't make it that easy. So we come to this guy. I'm sighing because this is gonna be fun. So we want domain, Active Directory domain services. Hold on, let me double check something. Let me double check because I want to be sure of myself. Yeah, it's domain controller. Yeah, that should be it. If I remember right. Uh-huh. Yep, that's the one. I was just second guessing myself because I was thinking air quotes domain controller by itself. So pick that guy, but domain controller should also be physically separate. I don't want to get into it. So we're gonna add all these features, right? It's a couple things. If you want to check what they are, well, they're all role based. Okay, AD and AD tools. So we're gonna add features. Come to this screen. Back to where we were, but that's the only thing we're checking off. Okay, that's all we're gonna install for right now. Gonna hit next. Probably wondering, well, why didn't you pick DNS? It will actually become a DNS server by itself with this. It'll just implement it by itself. You don't need to check it off. Okay. Yeah, we'll get to the configuration after that. I just want to make sure I'm looking at some notes I have on it. That's all. Oh, yeah, with the added group policy, which is checked off, so that's good. Next. And then next again. So let me know when you're at this screen, guys, and I'll hit next, okay? So I'll wait for you guys to catch up. Just let me know. Oh, when you get a chance, write down the IP of your server on a notepad separately and keep it because you're gonna need it for a bit for this. So you don't have to keep constantly referencing to get it back and forth off the server itself. So again, let me know when you're at this part, and then I'll hit next and go from there. Hit install, and we can go from there, and it'll take a bit. Let me see what I want requested for screenshots here. That's done. No, we don't need to do that. So that's gonna be a screenshot. Sorry, I gotta clean up the instructions or what I want you guys to do. That's all. So we got create users. Okay, we'll make some users. We'll do restrictions next week. Oh, it's a Windows 10 machine. Let me close this guy. Where's my mouse? Oh, look, my mouse isn't working. That's nice. Great. That's fun. Let me do this. It's stuck in my server. Okay, deal with you later. Da, da, da. Of course, my Zoom screen's not zooming. No, it shouldn't need alternative source path. So you only have just backtracking. You should only have that. We haven't added anything to it other than this. Well, prior to FTP, but we're just adding that. We're just hitting next. Group policies checked off. We're hitting next again, and then we're hitting next again, and then we're installing it. So I'll install it, guys. We'll leave it running. I'm gonna leave it recording. I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna just grab some water. Okay, so take like 5, 10 minutes till this is done roughly, and I'll come back and we'll go from there. Okay, so back in a few. Okie dokie. Looks like it's installed. Thought it would have taken longer. So I'm gonna hit close, and at this point, you gotta restart your server. What's the flag telling me? Let me see. Yeah, see, it's gotta do all this. So, post deployment configuration. Promote. Oh yeah, you gotta promote. That's right. So you gotta do this. So click on the flag and hit promote. So this is what we want to see. This will be a screenshot. I need to see it, right? So it's gonna be new because we don't have an existing domain controller. We're not adding a new domain controller to an existing forest. You have none of that. This is the first time we're setting it up. So I'm gonna call this fall 25. You can call it whatever you want. Just be reasonable, please. So let me know when you're there and I'll hit next. We'll restart the server after this so it takes effect. That's fine. I think it's also based on how much RAM you guys gave it. So I'll wait till you guys get there. No worries. Just let me know. Is this pace better? Not flying through it, right? We're taking it slow. We'll get there. No, not really, because it's just more configuration after this. But I need to see the configuration screenshots just so I know you're doing it right, if that makes sense. Or else it's really not going to work. Right, I know that. Domained and corpo. And after that, we will make users after that as well. We'll do the server side, then you'll see what I mean. Just want to make sure. We'll call if I have to add that. Does it need dot lock? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna try it with it. Hopefully it takes it. Need that software. All right, so let me see. Let me see what it lets me. If that will tell me. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. So I'll do dot loc. Yeah, so you need that dot whatever. I'll put loc at the end. You can do the same. So you're agree with this. So you need to set up your password for it. It's all gonna be in the server related, right? And see, remember I said about DNS? There it is. Promote itself, or rather install alongside of it. What password do I want to use? I'm not sure how complex it has to be because sometimes it'll yell at you if it doesn't like what you give it. So let me see if it takes it. So enter your password there, whatever you want to use. Remember, write it down. You want to forget it. Oh, it did. Cool. This is normal. You can't create one. That's the first time you're doing it. It's fine. So next, net BIOS name. It's scanning. Give it a minute. There we go. So let's call itself Fall 25. Network related wise, that's fine. Yeah, next. It's the flag up top. If you click on the flag, it should be or a yellow triangle after it's all installed. You need to promote it to domain controller. That's what we're configuring right now. So let me see if I can shrink the wizard. This guy. See? Click it. See this? That's what we click on. Do you see it, Josue? Or are you referring to what we installed? It was after we installed the domain package or the AD control package. It's called, sorry, checking my notes. It's called Active Directory Domain Services. That's what we installed. Is that what you're referencing? New forest. Well, it's got to be new. You're not. Here, let me go all the way back. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, add new forest. Then you go to name and put dot, edu, LOC, something dot at the end of it. That's why it's not taking it. So watch. Let me show you guys again. So it says fall 25, right? Look, see? It doesn't know what it is. So if I do fall, it's okay. I can do it again. I just do LOC, not really a corporation or anything. Now it takes it. It just spins for a second. That's okay, Anthony. No worries. So, like I said, then you set up your password. This should be, you need to check domain name systems. That's what you're going to be using. This is part of that because it's going to be domain. So then you set up the password you want. Domain, yeah, it's all server related, right? We're not picking anything else. Don't worry, we're not picking anything in there either. Pardon me. So then you hit next or Rooney. This will be this. That's fine. It's the first time we're doing this. We won't have any delegation. It's not that big of a deal. Hit next. And that BIOS name, it'll scan. It'll just give itself the fall or whatever you call it, like cupcake, if you want to call it cupcake. Sure. Be part of the cupcake domain. Be my guest. So after that, anybody else still catching up? Are we else okay? Everyone just confused? Like, what is this? What is this sorcery? Computer sorcery? No, we're good. Chase, you're awfully quiet. Okay. Just checking in with you guys because y'all don't say anything. I'm just gonna keep going. That's not gonna be fun for anybody. So hit next. Takes a minute usually. No, it takes a bit. Just let it sit there. It happens. So it's gonna create these three things, right? I mentioned this will be on the midterm. I will ask you what three items are created and what three folders are created. Just literally gotta put these three names in. Don't path, just sysvol log or sysvol NTDS and NTDS. Oh, I got two NTDSs. That's fine. Man, not that big of a deal. Next, that's normal. Here's everything we're doing, right? So this is because we're promoting it to a domain controller. Hit next. So if you click install, the server automatically boots at the end of the promotion operation, which it has to. So it can just be elevated, if that makes sense. So just let this run. So yeah, doing default with security, allow, that's fine. The computer has at least one physical network adapter. No, it doesn't because it's virtual. It does not have a static IP address. Oh, let me do that. I didn't do that on mine. Network. That's in the control panel. Let me just make it static. Yeah, if I make it static, it's kind of a headache. So I'm doing that to myself. Yeah, I know, I know. Properties. You don't need to do this part. You guys already did this. No, it should be static. It's lying to me. So we're good. So I guess ignore that part. Oh, DNS should be. Can DNS be made automatic? Let me see. Hold on. No, I can't. It's using the preferred DNS that I have built in from my router. Don't worry about that part. I was thinking of something else. But this is lying to me. It's fine. Delegation of the DNS cannot be created because yeah, it's fine. We haven't made it yet, so we're making it. So we're good. Click install. Sorry, just verifying things because we got to verify things. So this will take a minute. So we'll let this run like I did earlier. I'll turn off my video, take a small break if you need to. This will restart. I'll come back once it restarts. I'll just be sitting here in the chair. So that's about it. We'll look at starting stuff. So back in a few, guys. Well, that didn't take too long. It's about to restart. So much for me getting up out of the chair. And that's okay. So that's fine. I'll hit close. It just restarts. And after that, we're going to make users. This will be fun. So you guys will be freaked out if you can't log in, and I'll explain why. Because you're pointing to the local machine. So now we're going to have a server, but we need to add users. So pull up my notes for that. I, 'cause, 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 ' Da, 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 da. Yeah, so it should be pretty simple. It takes a minute because it's just reconfiguring itself as it's launching. So this is completely normal. Oh, kind of dry, right? Not that exciting. Like playing Pinball Wizard or something. But yeah, it's a start. This is a very simplified version of setting up a domain. It can get pretty complex depending on the amount of users and all this other stuff you have to deal with. And side note, there's a small project now everyone's working on at work. We're pruning. You guys know what pruning is in gardening? So we're looking at our instructional side of our Active Directory, and we're starting to clip things out that have been there since probably 2000, because our Active Directory at work is just so ginormous. It's like what is half of this stuff we don't even know. Like I think there's even like printer groups that shouldn't even exist anymore, but they're still there, just taking up random space. So we have to verify if it's still there. Has it been moved? That's a lot of back end paperwork, technical paperwork you have to look through. So it's not a fun time, but it has to be done in order to be leaner, meaner, and more efficient, right? That's the whole name of the game too. Learn to be efficient with this kind of stuff. So you guys will get there. It just takes time. So yeah, it's gonna apply computer settings. You get to just stare at a spinning circle and hear me chatterbox, I guess. Is everybody getting this so far? Is it still confusing? Clear as mud? Doing okay? Still installing for somebody, right? And that's okay. This video will be up tomorrow, so yes, you can follow the steps. You can ping me. That's all right. Checking if someone else is in here. I don't see them. Let me check the Discord real quick. No, I pinged him. He's offline. That's okay. No worries. Sorry, I had one of you guys message me this morning around 11 on Discord. I don't have Discord on my work computer or my phone, so I didn't see it till today, but at least I got back to him. So, well, server, making me look bad here. Any day this week will be wonderful. It'll just sit there. Don't worry. It'll be fine. It just takes a bit to launch everything. After that, we're going to add users to the server, which is fine. Maybe how many server guys did I have you do before? I'll just have you make two accounts because it'll take up a lot of space. Don't worry, I'll clean up the notes and requirements and all that in it. They're kind of old, so I'll just make two users. One will be an admin, one will be a regular user. It's fine. So that's not even spelled right. Lovely. Yeah, don't worry about that. That one. Taking a bloody long time to become a domain controller, isn't it? So it'll look different when it's a domain controller too. When you log in, it'll say dot fall dot default 25 dot lock for mine, but whatever you put your name as and dot whatever at the end of it, it'll say that as a prefix on it. But you're gonna need to log in locally, which is what I need to show you how to do. So yeah, that'll be one. Yes. Just trying to figure out what else I want you guys. What else I have? Yeah, because you guys are gonna log in as well with the users we're gonna make right now. And that should be, well, let me put it this way. You're gonna log in on your Windows 10 machine after we connect it to this domain. So that's gonna be part of this, but I need to get the domain up and running. Yeah, it can chew through RAM. I'm sorry, guys. But it's part of the learning curve, right? But I get it. Not all of us have like uber high end software, so we gotta do the best we can with what we got, and that's unfortunately how life goes with these kinds of things. But you get to see it in action at least. So if I had spare laptops to give you all, I would gladly send them, but I unfortunately do not, and I don't have the budget for it, which is fact of life as well. Imagine faculty guys can only do so much. But hopefully you guys find the stuff interesting. I mean, also would you not be in the class, right? Technology, isn't it grand? Makes the world go round, and this is taking forever. My patience is thin. But it's been a busy day on my end, so we're short staffed, and I am covering for a bunch of people. So that's always fun. Let me clarify these bloody things. Give me a second. I'll work on that right now in the module while it's doing this. Once it's finally there, we can start adding users in the Active Directory. Have some fun. Oh, hallelujah. So you get to this screen here, and I guess I'll stop myself from cleaning that up for now. This is okay. It just doesn't know where to grab DNS from yet. So we're going to go to input, insert. So see, look at that. This is fall. This will be a screenshot, I guarantee it. So, oh man, that sucks, Jonathan. I wish they still did. I wonder why they got rid of it. May have been a funding issue. So right now it's pointing fall backslash 25 or fall 25 backslash administrator. Log in as myself here. We log in. Cool. Awesome. So let me see here. Oh, it's even valid. Good. So logging back in went through all this. Do you guys want me to wait for you guys to catch up, or do you guys want me to keep going and I'll create the users and all that stuff? What would you guys like me to do? Because the video will be up tomorrow, right? So yeah, it just takes a while to implement all this stuff in terms of promotions to DNS server. So I mean to domain controller. Sorry, brain fart. So to add things here, to add users, I go to tools. I'm going to go to admin users and computers. So there's a server. Woohoo, look at that. So I'm going to bring, or the domain rather, I'm going to bring this guy down. Okay, get in there. We'll go to users. So does this look familiar? Have you guys ever seen this, like a user menu like this inside of Windows itself, or no? You guys know you have that user thing built in as well to regular Windows, right? I'll pull it up on my machine. Yeah, Windows tools never ceases to amaze me. I hate how this doesn't work sometimes. Windows tools. Under regular Windows, though, it looks a little different. You're not gonna see many users on my end, but it is on regular Windows. So you get through there if you're curious. It's under Windows Tools, Computer Management, which is somewhat similar, but local, right? Users and groups is my computer's not domained. And this is what I have built in. So it's just my local account. I don't like having Microsoft accounts tied in. I like my local stuff. Like, just leave me be. I have more equal rights and stuff. So, anyways, we're gonna be here where we need to get to. So just you go to tools. I'll repeat how I did it so you can see tools, Active Directory users and computers. Let's bring it up again. Brings up the domain. That's great. That's wonderful. Do the drop down, go to users, and this is all the users in the world, right? With groups from reality. We're gonna make two users. So I'll need a screenshot of the two users made. So we can go right click, new user. I'm gonna make admin two. It'll be an administrator, and that'll be the login I'm gonna use for it. It's fine. You can call it admin three, whatever you want. Just keep it simple, right? Don't overdo it. Don't you can put your name if you want. I don't care. It's up to you guys. I hit next. So that'll be the fill out. Then you make your password. So yeah, this will be one screenshot for our user creation. That's fine. Password. So here's where you get to pick a couple things. It's kind of cool. So you can do user must change password next login. You can have that if you want, or user cannot change password or password never expires. I usually select this and this, call it a day. If it's for an administrator account, only you're gonna know, and just use that. If you're curious, I'm using the same password for everything because it's just demo. So that's fine. Finish. Se finite. That's one user, right? Well, I'm gonna make another user because you have to have two users for this. So we're gonna right click again, new user. I'm gonna call this guy Bob Dose. Bob2. Login is Bob2. Again, this will be your second screenshot for user creation. That'll be part of it. You will submit that. Apologies if you're hearing yelling. My in-laws decided to just be rowdy. Don't worry about that. You know what? You can leave that checked off. That's fine. So you'll have to change it next time you log in so you can see it works. So at this point, I'm going to put the password in. So now my brain's kind of curious to see if the Windows 10 machine's there. So look, they're there, right? Oh, but I have to add the kind of user this guy's going to. Let's see with groups. Properties. Let me see if I have to change anything. Not that. Member of is what I want to get to. Huh. Add. So you'll have to make him your other administrator. So you would go to properties of the account. So I'll show you to get there again. Click on it. So I'm gonna click on it with my left button. So it's highlighted, right? Right click again, properties, then go to member of. So it's part of domains. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that too, Isaiah. It's not that big of a deal. Now I'll put administrator. So I check the name. You gotta check the name so I knows where to put. So I go right into administrators with an S. Click OK. So my secondary administrator account should have all the rights of my local administrator account. Well, this is for the domain. Well, what does that mean? So when I log in or bind my Windows 10 machine to this, which I'm going to try right now. So you pull up your Windows 10 machine. Mine's already up and running, right? Because we did the, whoopsies, we did the FTP. Oh, look, it's not working how I want it. Love it. Love it. Let me make it big. No? Okay, that's nice. Let me insert a control delete here. Huh, my machine froze. That's fine. Let me power it off. It's like smelling something with a pillow. Let me turn it back on. I'll probably say, hey, we ended in an error state. Sorry, guys, I shouldn't be doing that. Why I did it, I have no clue. But it happens. I'm sure there's an event for it in the event viewer. And I need to get rid of the mounted drive in here, which I can do later or now, which ain't that big of a deal. Settings. Where's the mounting on this guy? There it is. Just delete that attachment. Oh, it's can't because it's running. Anywho, let me log in here. So this is regular old Bob, right? This is a local account. But what I want to do is get to that domain that we just made. So this is where it's either going to work or not work. And that's okay if it doesn't work. We'll fix it. Well, why wouldn't it work? Well, remember, this machines are both on your network, right? But your server just got promoted to a domain controller. So now it's also a DNS server. So it's giving itself the ability to translate IPs back and forth. This machine, this Windows 10 machine, right, is on your network. So it's relying on your router. So I'm not sure if it's going to see my server. So to change it, I bring up File Explorer, click on this PC to highlight it, and I ignore the Windows command prompt coming up, right click on it, properties. This is how we join domains all day. I do this at work most of the time when things fall off domain. That happens too. So we're going to scroll down, advanced system settings. Do not do this with your home PC. Okay, don't do this. Please don't. So advanced system settings, it's under computer name of all places. And we're going to change this. See how it's part of a work group? I don't want to be part of a work group. I want to be part of fall. Change. I'm going to type in domain. It should be fall 25. Remember I did .loc when I set it up, so that's where that would go. Let me see if it sees it. See how I can't see it? That's the error I originally ran into the first time when I was doing this. And I tried to remember why. Well, it's because of DNS is what the reasoning is. It does not exist. It can't see it. So to verify I can see my server, let me go to command prompt. This is part of troubleshooting, okay? So I'm going to ping, and I have my IP written down somewhere over here, right there. 192, oops, .168.4.95. Well, I can see it, so it's responding back. So I know it's there. Can I connect to it? Probably. I'm even going to do path to it to make sure it's there. This is me testing it. Yeah, it's there. Oops, let's put in my work password again. I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes I get home and look, hey, read that stuff I needed. Sometimes I get home and and I grab my work keys, try to open my door. I'm like, oh God, what am I doing? But anyways, to fix this error, because it can't see it, right? It doesn't know what's going on. Well, then you're stuck on that domain. And once you finish the class, you're not going to be using your virtual machines anymore. You're kind of like a snake eating itself, which isn't fun. So please don't do that. I beg you, for your sake and for your sanity. If not, then you wipe your machine and start over, which I'm sure you don't want to do to lose all your data. And for the Macs, you can't bind yourself to the domain that easily. It's doable. Oh, look, my Windows 10 machine froze again almost. Why is it doing that? I'll have to figure that out later. For Macs, you can bind a domain, but they kind of act funky. They don't like it. They're trying to uh, what's it called in Encarta, something like that. That they're trying to push it to. Ugh, what is this machine doing? Does it need more memory? No. Give it another core. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. It's Windows. Oh, that sucks, George. Yeah, let me shut this thing down and just sorry guys, this machine's not machining today, you know? I suppose. Yeah, I try to avoid wiping my stuff. Powered it down. Let me up the cores. It's probably just not happy. C'est magnifique. Let me go to settings in here. Remove the ISO. We don't need that anymore. Go to system. It's got 8 gigs of memory. You heathen machine, you should be fine. It's a joke. Processors. 3 cores. Ha! I think it's a freaking AMD or something. They make tri-cores. Well, made tri-cores. I don't know if they still make them anymore. Just remember, guys, processors are technically just rocks with lightning in it. That's literally like the base definition of a computer processor. Okie dokie. We are back. Hopefully this thing doesn't melt down again. Like I was saying, I have to change the network settings and point the DNS to the server so I can log in or bind to it. That's what we need to do. That's just how it works. Remember how we made those 2 users? We're going to log in with them. And that'll be the end of the lab for tonight, which doesn't seem hard, but if it doesn't see it, it's not going to be, it's not a good time. Let's put it that way. It's not fun because it doesn't want to work. And then you kind of want to rip your hair out, and then you remember, like, oh yeah, networking is important. Oh, and that's why we network stuff. So when pure command prompt will come up, if not, I'm not going to worry about it. So let's go to control panel. Let's go back to our good friend networking here, networking the internet, change adapter. Go to this guy, properties, and let me go to a 4 properties. And oh, see, that's why it's not working. So DNS will be here. So it's going to be 192.168.4. Geez, 9.5. Let me see if it just takes it. I just want to make sure it takes. Oh, God, the mouse is just being weird. Yeah, it took it. Okay, cool. Let me double check it though, just to be sure. So you will need to change your DNS to your server's IP. That's why I had you guys write it down. So remember, because the server got promoted to DNS, to a DNS host or provider. We restart it again just to make sure it goes through. This way it flushes the current lease, air quotes, from the network, and then it'll point to it. And then we go from there. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is updates. At least it hasn't frozen. So that's nice.
So, Professor, when we do this and we change the DNS, so I understand DNS is like a hierarchy. So are we just putting our server at the lowest of the hierarchy and then it's just gonna grab it?
No, no, no. It's being moved up because it's got elevated. Remember, you promoted your server to a domain controller, which also becomes a DNS host at that point. It's doing the job of both. If that makes sense. The domain is just something you're going to join to. It's just a giant exclusive club, I guess you could say, a VIP club that you're going to be a part of, so you can log in with the other users that you create in the server. Then it also needs its own DNS at that point. It promotes itself part of it. That's why it was installed with it. Remember, it got checked off with it.
Right.
It needs that because it's not going to rely on your router. It's doing the job for the router. It's this big important thing now because it got promoted. Kind of like when you get a promotion at work and they don't pay you more money. It's kind of like that. Kidding, but it's similar to it's that kind of air quotes promotion. You're just getting extra work in the sense you're making your server do more things. So remember, it can do more than one thing, right? We have
Right.
FTP already on there. We can do a regular share on there, so that's 2 things. Then we're going to do a domain on top of that. So you're doing 3 things with the server. So it should be fine.
Okay. So then if we reach out to the internet on our Windows 10 that is requesting, so like if my server isn't open, is it not gonna know where to grab
Correct. It'll
the
it'll just
domains?
it'll be saying DNS error.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think
Because
my
then
win.
it's gonna grab, because if it doesn't, the server doesn't know what the IP is, it's gonna grab it from our router, who's gonna grab it
Well,
from our ISP, blah blah
it'll
blah.
know the IP because it'll have that from the router, but it won't have the DNS from the router because it's going to wait on the server to give it the DNS.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's like acting like it got promoted, but it's acting like the middleman in
Exactly.
a sense. Okay. Okay, cool.
For example, for me, I think my Windows 10 machine is not going to work, but I'm going to make it work, I hope. And I have to just keep smothering it here. Come on, darling, what's going on? Let me just send a shutdown signal, see if that works. Just flush it up. I'm impatient with these Windows updates, guys. I'm sorry. They just, I don't know why they just decide to bog everything down. It's not fun. On the bright side, it isn't back in the day like when you had Windows Vista and you would restart your computer during an update. Oh, I didn't like it. It would just melt and then you'd lose everything. That was not fun times. Actually got better around Windows 8. It got a little more robust. It wouldn't be too finicky, but I think Windows 10 is actually, or rather was pretty solid, or rather is pretty solid. Um, yeah, they're forcing you, right? That's just the way they make their money. Software as a service. That's kind of what they want you to do. I want to power this down so badly just because I want to get this up on running so you guys can see it. Networking, isn't it grand? Let me see if I can send the shutdown command to it. Shutdown bloody thing. Oh, now it's spinning. It's taunting me. So I'm trying to show you guys that that's what it is, right? It just doesn't want to play nice today. Even though these updates shouldn't take that long anymore, it's not going to be pulling down like 22H2 or whatever the hell it is. Rather, last update where Windows is, or Windows 10. So, yeah, they're charging an arm and a leg for continued support. It's kind of annoying. But again, that's where they make their buku bucks. I get it. They got to make money. They're a company. They're not, they're not here for our entertainment, if that makes some sense. Sorry, just checking text messages. One of those days. There it's going. I'll let it run, guys. Take a break if you want. Back in a bit myself. You have a question, Chase? Before I stand up, I thought you were on
Uh,
mute.
yeah, so in a sense, this is kind of like outside the scope of this class, but is this in a sense like how DNS jacking works? Like where we put ourselves in the middle, you know?
And in the middle attack, you're pretty much
Yeah.
intercepting traffic both ways. You're pretty much being the
Yeah. I mean, it would be other software on our server that would redirect them and stuff, but this is pretty much how they do it.
kinda.
Yeah.
It's a lot more complex than this, but
I'm sure I could YouTube it, you know what I mean? Or someone's got a video out there somewhere, but
yeah. But let's say don't do this in public kind of deal.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's similar. But yeah, go ahead and take a break, guys. It'll take a bit anyway. So back in a bit, hopefully. Oh God, Alice is gonna call me a liar again, so we'll see. Hmm. Seems this machine is not playing nice. So let me just power it off and hope it takes the configuration. If I have to spin up a new one, then that's not going to be fun. Yeah, sorry guys, my Windows 10 virtual machine normally isn't this cranky. No idea why it's being so weird today. No, at least it didn't try to go to advanced startup, which is always fun. Bloody updates. Ooh, the background's different, so that's nice. So let me log in as Bob. Let me see. I have to check the DNS configuration, see if it took it. That's my concern, honestly. We don't need to change any settings from what I recall off the network on the virtual network. Unless we do have to do other than, I guess we can bridge it, but we shouldn't have to, especially for something like this. Okay, let me see here. Yes, that's wonderful. I just need to see my information. The nice look telling me. Yes. Aha! Took it. So let's go back here and see if I can bind a domain. So you go to properties. This is after you have to do this DNS thing for your guys' server or for the Windows 10 machine. Advanced system, computer name, change, domain, full 25.lock. Bingo bango, we're in business. This is what we needed to do. So now we're there. This is how you join a domain. And now I'm going to join it. This is part of the lab. You have to do this. What do I have you do for instructions wise? I updated the instructions right now. I made them hopefully a lot cleaner. So you will, when you get to this is a screenshot, and you just need to type that in there and get to the screen and type in your login, whatever it is, before you type in your password. That's part of it. There will be when you joined it, and you'll see the change when you join it. So type in my ultra super secret password. Click OK. You can take a minute, and it'll say welcome. Look at that. Welcome to fall25.lock domain. That's what I wanted to see. You got to restart it. It's part of it. Restart now. Praying this thing doesn't try to. Oh, dang it. I think I'm cursed, guys. These Windows 10 updates are just cursing me. I might have to find the newer image of Windows 10 that's like the final definitive version of it, with all the patchwork included, because this is a pretty old image from what I recall. So that's my fault. It's okay. Say la vie. No, Jonathan, it should be part of Active Directory when you go through it. It should be checked off during the configuration stage. It's in there. So you give it the server domain name, file 25.lock or whatever you want to call it. Should be the third or fourth screen in where it tells you it has to be DNS and it's checked off by itself. It's part of the configuration setup. So hopefully this doesn't crash again. If it does, I'm just gonna power it down. Rolling my eyes because it's not fun. The next week, pardon me, because we're almost somewhat done with this because we still have to log in as the two users were created, admin2 and then Bob2 is what I made, I think, off the top of my head. Log in as them, create the accounts, and that'll be it again for the lab. The next week we'll do limitations, we'll do some enforcement, we'll do some GPOs rather. So we'll get a little more flair for it. This is just setting it up because again, this can be kind of hairy. John, does that make sense what I'm saying? That you pick it in the configuration setting, not in the initial setup when you install the first part of Active Directory with domain controller. Okay. No, it should be there. I can help you with it. This Windows 10 machine is gonna be the death of me. Let me just power it down again. You shouldn't be having to do this, okay? It's not. Well, it's still spinning? No. Let me see if I send the shutdown command. That's still updating. My impatience is getting the better of me. But give it more RAM. No, it has enough RAM. It's not a RAM buffet. So you see the flag up top where I clicked on under server roles? Let me go to my server. This is just hanging out. Wow, it's hanging out that I haven't even logged in. logging in as my local admin, not in that sphere two, because I'm not using it on this. So it should be here. It should say pending task or pending promotion. You click on the blue link to promote to the main controller, then you configure it through there, and that's where it should be. Because you look, there it is. Yes. Meanwhile, let me go check on my child over here. Calling him my child is just misbehaving. Bunch of SSDs and it does this. It's like, hey, why? Why? Can't have nice things, can we? Hmm. Still no. It's probably pulling all the updates for like 10 plus years. What am I look? Wonder if I were trying some older version of Windows if it would work. I mean, it'd be the same steps, just the GUI would look really weird. Let me check something. Curious if it would work on even older version of Windows like Windows 98. I think it would. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. God. You really need to do a bunch of extra work. It's too old school to do it. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I mean, that'd be kind of cool to do, but I don't want you guys to suffer that much. No, if you make it extra credit, I guess. Extension for Windows. Yeah, you need to install extension, configure the network settings, which we can do, install, include the DNS entering the domain name. Yeah, you technically would be able to. Ooh, that's no, I won't. I don't know. I'll think about making that extra credit, but that's it's a little bit too much work even for me. Good God, this is still going. Mm, lovely. Jonathan, did you find it? I'm just gonna smell through this thing. I'm going to wait for it today. Probably gotta let it sit on my network for like a day and a half to just get everything, which I might just do tomorrow. Sleep running, hold it working, and then worry about it later. I mean, it should hopefully be on domain. I was told to. Getting Windows ready. Don't turn off computer. Yeah, don't tell me what to do. Machine. Haha. So yes, and this will be the other screenshot I need. Right here. See how it says sign to fall? Look, how do I sign to another domain? We're at the domain level, guys. But remember, we made two accounts. The other one is, I think it was Bob too, if I made off the top of my head. On that. See, this is what you need to see because I had you not change anything. Change the password. And we'll just build the profile after this. That's lovely. Uh, God, let me think of a password. Okay. Bloody hell. Hold on. I want the old one up here. I want the new one up there. I can do that. That's I didn't right. My fault. Okay, there we go. There you go. Change your password. Cool. Now I get to sign in with it, or it's going to sign in for me. It'll build the profile. You don't need to show me the screenshots of building the profiles. Don't worry about it. We'll need to log into them though for next week. I'm sorry, the install's taking a while. But that is essentially in lab for tonight. It was just these two things. This would normally take a lot longer if, to be honest with you, I was lost not knowing I had to change DNS. So that's created. Let me sign out. Then we'll log in as admin two, which should have admin rights. to this machine. Other user, two, I think is what I called it off the top of my head, or maybe admin two off the top of my head. I don't recall. Let me try admin two. Oh, yeah, admin two. So there you go. Does it make sense? Are we good? Is anybody stuck other than on the install part? Do you need help with the configuration? Is this all like, man, this is just Greek to me? This is just weird. Anybody?
That last part that you did, how did you get to it? You went to like your network settings or something like that, like right before you had to like shut it
Inside of
down.
Windows 10.
Yeah,
So that's, remember how I had you guys change the IP on the server the first time?
right,
It's similar. So it's control panel. I have mine set to, I mean, you can do category or large icons, either or, but it's this guy. If you have it set to icons, look like this, right? You want
right.
network share center.
Mhm.
We're going to go change adapter settings. There it is, right? Right click it, properties. That's part of the domain, so it's typed in my damn work password. And then you want to go to IPv4 properties. And your change is this. See, it's only set to server. We're not using the server, the router, essentially home router. You want to use your virtual server. So use this. Use this and punch in the IP of it, wherever you gave it that was static. Then click OK. Restart it to make sure it goes through. Then you log in because you're still local. You're going to log in locally with your local account. You're going to go to this PC, which I will show you in File Explorer. Close all this. So I'm not changing anything. Being facetious. Yes, that's fine. I don't care about the script error. Go away. So we go here. So join a domain. You go to this PC, you click it, right click, properties. Oh, great. Windows 10 froze. That's wonderful. I'm gonna bash my head against the wall. I'll do it on my regular PC. It's fine. Hey, if there's a will, there's a way. Ah. So it'll look a little different, it'll look about the same, but you can scroll down. If you want advanced system settings. Yes, that's what's his face, Caligula bot from Futurama. It's under computer name. You hit change, and you would hit domain. You punch in your domain is after you change the DNS and restarted it, be your domain name, and you click OK. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to bind my machine to my own domain. I don't want to go through that. And that is it. And then you would join the domain after that. It's still frozen. It's still frozen. That's wonderful. So curious here and curious here. Let me show you something else. If you ever want to log in as a local account on your server, which I'm logged into right now, just sign up for a minute. So you're at the screen, right? You would do the input. This also works on your regular machine. Control delete. See how it says fall 25? It's technically domain related, right? But if you want the local account, you go other, period, forward slash. That's how you change it. And it would point to something else. It's called fall 25, so it's pointing to my regular machine or the regular server. But if you're on a domain, for example, if I'm on the Windows 10 machine, be suffocated again, I guess. Power it off. That's fine. It can melt down later. It's easier to show you on that one. You'll see what I'm talking about. Because right now it should be the admin 2 account there, the Bob 2 account's there. But if I want to get to regular old Bob, the first account I made, remember? The one we used originally for everything in the beginning for that Windows machine, you have to point it to itself with a period and a forward slash. So let me show you how to do that. Because sometimes you want to go between both. Sometimes there's things it's faster for you to do on the local account because you can get to everything quicker versus you get stuff like domain related, you go to the domain accounts. So we're here, click, see, that's the old admin 2 account. I don't want that. I don't want to get to the domain. I want my local machine, period. See? Change the name Bob PC. Bob Ships Bob 1, whatever. Then it logs you into your local account. And that's it. All right, guys. So that's lab for tonight. So far, it's been pretty straightforward. It wasn't as hairy as I thought. I apologize if I scared you. It wasn't the point, but I was more scared myself than anybody else. Does anybody have any questions? Is anybody stuck? Does anybody need additional help with this stuff? Because I'm going to stop the recording right now because that's literally all we need to do for now.